kidnapped.
So he tripped and fell into the portal.
Jim. Oh, these are fantastic, yeah. Jim. Hello.
When your precious, beautiful doggy is
Off the clock.
yes, please.
Jem, come here. Jem, come here. Jem. She's so interested in what's going on. Jem, say hello.
Check around, check around. Yes. Hi, darling.
I try to give her a little bit of chance to interact with people too, because, yeah. Just as much as she helps me, she helps the people who get a chance to pet her, you know?
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, that's fantastic. Say again?
Can I pet your dog?
Sure. Jem, say hi.
You are a good dog and you're working hard.
Yeah.
You smell our dog. That's fine.
Thank you. No problem. You too. Hello. Oh, bless you.
I'm so sorry. I always address dogs first. How are you? Human being?
That's don't. Whoa, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I'm used to dogs. That's fine. I just was standing there letting.
She saw the doll. I mean, she's into it as much as we are, apparently.
That's a great dog.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good girl. Don't do that again. Please don't.
She's learning.
Yeah, I was going to say everybody addresses the dog first. That is okay by me.
Okay, thank you. Like a dog's like, aren't you so pretty? How are you today? I'm gonna be like, oh, there's a person there too. Hey, how are you?
Yeah. My coworkers are actually, it's funny. I walk into the office. I've worked with them for years. The first thing they say is, "Hey, Jem," because that's her name.
Right.
I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here too."
We have 3 dogs in my office, and they all like follow me all day because I buy treats for them.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, yeah, like my boss will come in and her dog will run over to me and then immediately want to get petted and then go out to poop because
Yeah.
he waits for me.
Yeah.
So
That's the way it
I stopped
goes.
even saying good morning to her. I'm just like, hey, Track.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is that a glass sticker or is that just a sticker?
Regular sticker.
Okay.
And they are all indoor outdoor, so you can go on a
Okay.
car or on a laptop.
Okay, excellent. Hey, whoa. This is new for her, so she's like trying to
The crowd thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, well, you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Keep an eye out if you see a pin.
For surely. Yeah. I'm all for pins, dude. I'll buy one too.
One time he was wearing a diaper.
It's his war his war outfit apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Are there any other like official short game parties, or is it just the bunny?
Just the bunny.
Just the bunny.
Well, the bunnies are mascots because of the episode.
Right.
Oh, that's a
I just didn't know if there was like a pin that had like short game written on it or anything like that.
No.
Just the bunny. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. There's a show coming out already that's about season 15 of Criminal Minds is about a criminal who's capitalized on COVID. Of course.
I've heard of Balticon.
It's a little intense for us both, but she's doing all right.
Where's the dog's bag? No. And the doggy.
Sure, let's go.
All right, I'm here with Aimee Garcia. I mean, I almost want to say like, well, you know, you're Lucifer and Dexter and all these. You've done a ton of things. You've done a ton of things. We obviously don't have nowhere near enough time to talk about it all. I like to get to know the person kind of behind the characters. I know your father is of Puerto Rican descent.
Yep.
From San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's where my family's from. And he was in the United States Armed Forces, right?
Actually,
is that true?
I know it says that online. My grandfather was.
It was your grandfather?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not my dad.
What service was he in?
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
Army.
Yeah.
The best service.
The fighting Boricua in World War II.
There you go.
My grandfather was in the same unit.
All right, the fighting Boricua. There we go.
There you go. I love it.
So yeah, I've done my homework here. So I know you went to Northwestern University.
Yep.
You triple majored in economics, journalism, and French. Why wasn't 2 enough for you? Why 3?
That's a good question. I think I just wanted to sneak in the French, but I was like, I don't want 3 majors. That seems like way too much work. So I'll just keep it, keep it minor, as I have my Dexter gloves. Dexter gloves.
You look great. That's actually a tie-in. So you spent 3 years on Dexter as Jamie Batista.
Yeah.
Are there any cool stories from the set that you can share? Stuff that maybe didn't make it anywhere else that we can learn about?
That set was a very intense set because Michael C. Hall is a really serious actor, but then at the rap party he was the first person on the dance floor tap dancing. So he's very I didn't want to mess with him. We would take golf carts to the stage, and when he's in the zone. It's like his version of getting ready for, going out to whatever, to the war zone,
Okay.
And he and he was very focused. So I didn't want to mess with him. I didn't want to mess with his focus. And then he would be the first one on the dance floor, which was so cool.
That's you know what? It doesn't surprise me, yet somehow surprises me. So you got to play Dr. J. Kim in the reboot of the Robocop franchise, which I really enjoyed, and I was hoping they were going to do so much more with. What do you think was it that maybe the critics didn't like? Why didn't it connect the way, it did with me?
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what do you think?
I really liked it too, and Jose Padilla, does all the Narcos series, so he's great. He did this movie called Elite Squad, which is amazing. Right. It's a Brazilian movie. It's all in Portuguese, but it's so good. So he's a really good filmmaker. I have no idea. Sometimes things that you don't think hit, and things that you think shouldn't. But I don't know. I'm with you. I thought the acting was great, and the directing was great, and the cinematography was great. So
it's a new generation for us. That I know I grew up on the '80s Robocop and all that, but it was a really cool take on a new generation of it, and I like that a lot. Yeah. So hopefully, maybe, who knows, maybe down the line something.
Fingers crossed.
you joined Lucifer in the second season.
Yeah.
What was it like kind of trying to come into something that was already established and then also making your own stake to that character in that world?
It was like being a fan of a band and not wanting to mess up the band, but they ask you to be in the band.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, well, they want me to be the percussionist. I hope I just like make it better.
Try to
and
make
just
good
add
music with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just want to add, to the beautiful music that was already there.
Yeah.
And I love it. She's a total dork, but has her occasional naked scenes, which is what it is. And you get to see all sides of Ella Lopez.
I know a lot of guys ain't complaining about it. That's all I'm saying. So the last thing I'll ask you is that, you have this really cool writing partnership with AJ Mendez, former professional wrestler,
Yeah,
AJ
she's a
Lee.
badass.
You guys wrote Glow versus the Babyface, 4 issues for Dungeons and Dragons, and then the upcoming Blade of the 47 Ronin.
Yep.
So what is it about writing that gets you as excited as maybe, your acting stuff?
Oh, it's the best. It's like you get to create something from total scratch, So for Blade of the 47 Ronin, which will be on Netflix later this year, it's the sequel to the
Keanu
47
Reeves,
Ronin.
47
Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
And we were like, God, why can't women be samurai? Like chicks love seeing, like female samurais, and guys like seeing female samurais. It's a win-win. Everybody likes it. So we made the 2 leads of our film female samurai. They're amazing. And I guess that with writing, you have the opportunity to create what you didn't see as a kid, right? Like I'm Latina. I didn't see a lot of representation growing up, except I do feel like military movies are actually pretty diverse, right? I mean, I feel like you see all sorts of people
Part
from
of the military experience.
Yeah, I mean, small town, different parts of the country. So that I always find really diverse. And sci-fi, I feel like it has always been pretty diverse. But besides that, we were kind of virtually invisible back in the day. So the thing with writing is it's such a cool opportunity to literally create the change you want to see. So we're so excited to see that movie come to fruition, and we're developing a bunch of other stuff. Because we could have more Latina superheroes.
Yeah.
And we're writing this other action comedy, which I think will be really fun. But AJ's awesome. Like, I'm sure you guys all know who she is. She was like one of the top female wrestlers in the world. She is so cool, so smart. I call her my work wife. So I essentially am married on paper to
Not a bad
AJ
thing.
Mendez,
Not a
a
bad
fellow
thing.
Puerto Rican. So yes, I'm very lucky to have an amazing work wife who could kick my ass, but also protect me if I ever need it.
That's right. Well, that's all the questions I have for
Thank you so much. Can I just say thank you?
Yes,
for your
please,
service?
absolutely,
Okay.
say.
I just want to say thank you to the men and women who do what you do every day. I am, a big supporter of just, and I'm very grateful, and I just want to thank you for your service, and thank you for allowing us to do what we love to do. I have so much respect for what each of you do, so hopefully these shows make the days go by a little quicker and make those long tours, overseas, just a little easier.
Yeah. And your social media so people can follow you?
Oh, and my social media. Aimee Garcia, the number 4 Reels with a Z is my Instagram. And then my Twitter, I think, is Aimee_Garcia. I don't know what my Facebook is, and TikTok coming soon.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much.
And
Appreciate it.
if you ever want, I left you a card, but if you ever
Okay,
want to
great.
come on the show, we do
Okay.
it virtually,
Okay.
so you can dial in from anywhere, and we can do like the
Awesome.
full interview where I really, get to know the person
We
behind
go
the stuff.
deep.
Yes,
we
we go
okay.
deep. So thank you so much for your time.
Much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Bonnie,
Yes,
thank
hi.
you for being with us right here, right now.
Thank you for having me.
So you're a voice actress, right?
Yes.
We always like to get to know the person behind the characters that they play, right?
Yeah.
So what got you into voice acting?
I come from a theater background, so I was
Okay.
doing a lot of theater in the Los Angeles area, and was doing a 1920s radio play with a bunch of voiceover actors live, and they were the ones who kind of told me I should give it a go. So I really have my career to thank to them, because they were the ones who kind of pushed me and guided me in the right direction. So I always say in any industry, but especially in the entertainment industry where it's so competitive, like the high tides rise all ships, and just kind of help each other out and be feel free to, give each other advice and information, because that's how I got my start, and I wouldn't be here today without it. So.
That's awesome. And it's nice that you had people building you up and helping you get out there and do some cool stuff. So we have a very military audience. What's your connection to the military?
The military holds a very special place in my heart. Again, thank you all for your service, and welcome home if you're back. But my grandfather was in the Band of Brothers in World War II. He was one of the, he was one of the 101st Airborne, and he told me all the stories when I was growing up of, what it was like being in the war and the camaraderie. And with the Band of Brothers, reading that book and watching that miniseries and all the documentaries they have on it, seeing an actor playing my grandfather, like it just blows my mind. It's so wild, and it's so surreal thinking about what he went through and what all of our soldiers go through on a day-to-day basis, protecting and serving our country. So thank you all out there if you're watching.
Yeah, that surreal feeling. I definitely could get that.
Yeah.
Our generation, we're just starting to see those movies now of us and what we've done.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
And you're
to
just
see.
like, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember that landmark.
I
that
remember
sort of
that
thing.
day. Oh, not yet. You're not that old. Oh dear. Wait a minute.
That's how we feel.
Oh,
That's how we feel.
That's how I feel.
So,
especially after a con, you can hear it in my voice. Yeah.
So I'm a girl dad. So I love watching anime and cartoons with my girls. You've done some anime voices.
I have. Most recently, one that's really fun, especially for kids, but it's a little scary. It's called, oh gosh, am I going to get it wrong? Muho and Roji's Supernatural Bureau of Investigation. It's a long title. It's on Crunchyroll, I believe, and it's so fun. And I play a little character named Biko. Actually, someone drew my character earlier. Oh, I put it away somewhere to keep it safe. But someone drew my character from it earlier, and it was so good, and I was so excited to like keep it safe and frame it later.
Yeah.
But it's kind of scary, but it kind of gives it's that not Harry Potter vibes, but it's a group of young kids and teenagers that have magic powers that have to go to these places and banish ghosts back to hell and spirits, like evil spirits, back to hell or where they belong.
Sounds fun.
And it's kind of scary, but it's really cool. It's kind of a neat anime. And then I've done a lot of video games, like Street Fighter, Mega Man 11, Fire Emblem, Code Vein. So a lot of different video games, especially in the Capcom, Nintendo realm.
Excellent. So you have to come on our show now. This is like a binding agreement.
I will.
By appearing right now. You've signed.
Oh, no.
You're going to be on the show.
And I think you also get my firstborn too, right?
Yeah.
He's a cat, so just so he has a very strict diet. I'll give you all the information.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, he's perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here with us. Much appreciated.
Oh, my pleasure.
Do you want to plug your social?
Sure. So hi everyone. My name is Bonnie Gordon. You can find me on Star Trek Prodigy as the voice of the ship computer, and find me all over social media at Bonnie Bell G. I'm also a singer, and I do a bunch of nerdy comedy parodies with my band at Library Bards. Hey. And find me all over. I'm recording a solo album filled with really geeky, nerdy things, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. And thank you for having me, and thank all of you for serving our country and letting freedom ring. Yes.
Yes. So
I'm cool with it.
I'm here with Jessie. He's A-Train on the boys. First, how's been the experience here at the convention?
Man, it's been amazing. I don't get a chance to do many fan ran cons, so this has always been something that I've heard a lot more about. You know what I mean? It's way more personal. Everybody's sort of like a big family. Everybody's been coming to Shore Leave for the last 30, 35, 40 years, whatever it is, and it's just nice to be a part of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I did a little bit of research on you, right? I like to learn about the people I'm talking to.
What's my favorite color? I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
On there.
I know you were born in Silver Spring, Maryland. So this is kind of a coming home.
It's kind of like coming home.
In there. Has the area changed much since you've been gone?
Yeah, it's built up quite a bit. It's expanded. I feel like Yeah, you know, I feel like there's way more food options than when I was here.
Sure.
Well, like, a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have stayed the same. The things that I liked about it have stayed the same. A lot of my family's still here, so that's nice.
Any old haunts that you like to go back to? You want to give them a plug or anything like that?
Not really, no. Actually, you know, yeah, there's a spot called Ebony Inn, but it's in Virginia that I love. And there's a place called Peters in PG County that I also love. There's a pizza place called The Broiler. I don't know if you guys have ever been to The Broiler. They've been around forever, but they're incredible too. Those are some of like the family spots. Can't give them too much, you know, because then it get too crazy. And
So something I was very fascinated when I learned about you is you moved to LA in 2003, and you graduated high school at 15.
Yeah.
Are you like some type of boy genius? Like what? How do you graduate at 15?
I mean, dedication, man. You just got to be. The thing about schooling is that they draw it out for so long. When I was moving from Los Angeles to LA, my parents switched me to homeschool, so like we kind of got an idea of like what the full size curriculum looked like, and I was like, I can do this in less time. You know what I mean? It's not even about just being super smart. Like, yeah, you got to be smart enough to keep up with the material, but when you can move at your own pace, you can get through it a lot faster. And then when we got out there, I joined this like schooling program, and they, you know, they really like help you lock in. And yeah, man, I was in college at 15 and a half, you know?
Unbelievable.
Which was strange, though, because then you're 5 years younger than everybody in school. So.
And you were into the culinary arts.
I did.
I mean, that's what you studied.
So then I was 15 younger than everybody else. Everybody in that program was like 40 and up, but it's cool.
Are you still like, is that still a passion?
It's still a passion. Yeah? It's still a passion.
What's your go-to dish?
Ooh, I mean, it depends on who I'm cooking for. That's the thing. That's the thing about going to culinary school is you learn how to cook anything and everything. So if somebody has something I've never made before, I want to try it. You know what I mean? But anything that's like pan-seared, saucy, white wine, garlic, all that type of stuff, I'm all for it.
My man knows his stuff. I like it.
A little bit.
All right. So you've got to play the stepson of Will Smith in Independence Day, and also the son of Samuel Jackson in Shaft. Is there?
I'm trying to see how many families I can get into.
Right, like you're part of the royal bloodline of like Hollywood.
Oh man,
who's next? Whose kid do you want to play next?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know. Let me think. Honestly, I mean, would it be bad to say that I would want to join another Samuel L. Jackson franchise and see if I could be like Mace's nephew, maybe in Star Wars?
Jedi.
Like, yeah, that would be awesome.
For a sensitive little boy.
Yeah.
I got it. I like that. And okay, we got to talk about The Boys real quick.
Okay.
A-Train, crazy. When you booked it, how familiar were you with the source material, or did you dive into it after that?
I wasn't familiar at all. I only seen the sides at the time, and then I got the script after I had booked it. So like that was my introduction, and then I got the source material. So it was like, you know, they just kept building it up, and then, the shit just got even crazier before we even got to set. So you know, reading through the source material after knowing that I was already committed to the show, I don't know how this thing was gonna go.
And I mean, he's this character is you've made him. I'm trying to watch my words carefully because in the books he's just. I mean, he's very. There's no forgiving him.
Right.
There's no. But you've given him a lot more for the series. Like there's almost like you want to root for him. There's a heart in there, even though it's been corrupted.
Right.
How do you bring that to the character versus like what was in the books originally?
You know, honestly, we just build out the relationships that are already within the show, and we try to shed some light on like the why, you know what I mean? That didn't really happen in the source material. You get a lot of the what and the who and the where, but you don't get a lot of the why so much, except for, you know, like Butcher and Homelander. You find out a lot of why about those guys, but the other characters, you don't get so much of it. But in the series, however, you start to like care about these characters a little bit. You want to understand them. So that's all we've really been doing is just trying to get people to understand A-Train. A lot of people are starting to sympathize with him. He's still the same person. Yeah. He's still not great. You just understand his reasoning a little bit better. That's all.
Yeah. Where would you like to see him? Because obviously the show has departed a bit from the source material.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see your character go from here?
A lot of people might not want to hear this. I want to see him go dark. And he hasn't actually been dark yet. He's just been doing things when his back's up against the wall. You know what I mean?
Reacting.
He's been reactive. He's been like self-preservation. You know what I mean? He's been trying to stay alive, trying to stay in the 7, do what he thinks is right, provide for his family, all that kind of stuff. But like now, no spoilers. He's got a new heart. it's not from the best place. There's a debt to vault that's going to come with that. Like, I feel in my heart, you know what I mean? So I think it would be interesting to see him just say, you know what, fuck this shit, and just go dark. You know, I think it'd be fun.
Yes.
It'd be fun.
Last thing. I happen to know you're involved with Tales of the Walking Dead, which is the anthology series that's coming soon.
Yes.
Can you give a tease? Can you mention anything, a glimpse of anything you can say about it?
I can't say much. What I will say, though, is the character that I play has no idea what's going on. And the process of him figuring it out is scary.
All right, very cool.
It's terrifying.
Any other franchise? I mean, you're Walking Dead, you're The Boys. I mean, Marvel, DC.
Look,
where
man,
are you going?
I'm trying to stick my toe in everything, but aside from that, this is a horror film called Smile coming out this fall.
Yep.
Me and Sozy Bacon, so please be sure to check that out. And Tales of the Walking Dead's on the horizon, and we're back to season 4 of The Boys pretty soon.
Oh my God! This has been Jesse Usher. He is incredible. Catch him on
man.
all those things. Do you have a social media you want to throw it out there?
It's just my name, Jesse T. Usher on Instagram, or you can search Jesse Usher on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. I'm there. I just started doing TikTok a little bit, just having fun. But
All right, hey,
check me out, man.
It was an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you doing this,
No
and
sweat.
we'll be back to you guys
Later, guys.
Awesome, man. Eddie, this is Eddie McClintock. What up? All right. So Eddie,
yes, sir.
All right, you had the distinct honor of being on Pop Culture Warrior.
Correct.
You are the what do you want to call it? The longest speaking guest on Pop Culture?
Most long-winded, I think.
most longest speaking guest.
Yeah.
Let me. What would you say was your experience being on Pop Culture Warrior?
I mean, I had a great time. It was good to because Sergeant Major Ken said
Ice.
Well, Ice. He helped my family out in a big way with my nephew, who is going 37F, and he flunked his colorblind test, and they were gonna. That was it. And I talked to Jimmy Brink, Jimmy Brink,
sure.
Jimmy Ilbrink, and he said, call this guy. And I mean, it was like, it was like Mission Impossible. I'm on the phone, and then Sergeant Major Ken calls, and he helped us out in a big, big way. And he said, okay, man, you got to go over and do Pop Culture. And it was my pleasure. And then getting to hang with you, I mean, it was like sitting there with you is like we've known each other for 20 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's still one of like the most watched episodes, right? We released it on YouTube and did just the interview.
Right.
Still one of the most watched. You were so kind. I mean, you gave us the shout out for the 100th episode, which we really appreciate.
Yeah.
When we were up for the Best Entertainment Pop Culture
Right,
Award,
right.
You even did the acceptance speech. Remember you
That's
shot
right,
the
that's
acceptance
right,
speech
that's
for
right,
us?
yeah.
We didn't win this year.
Yeah.
This year's the year,
This
though.
is the year.
This is the year, because guys like you.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, I grew up wrestling. I grew up playing football. I grew up, playing bag tag in the circle game and bagging on my friends and ripping on my bros. And that's just how we lived. But if anyone tried to mess with my buddies, we all were very protective of one another. I feel like it's the same culture.
Absolutely.
With our vets and our active military. So I get it,
Yeah.
And so to be able to give back to my vets, it's important to me. That's just the way it is. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you a little gift. So
Oh.
check this out. This is,
Yeah.
as you can see, it's Velcro flag.
Right.
This was the last piece on my uniform. The very last uniform I wore when I medically retired from the military. I was in the ACUs. I literally ripped it off. I've kept it in a bag ever since. I want you to have this, man.
Thank you, bro.
This is the last piece
you,
of my uniform
Thank
of my
you,
military
brother.
career. I hope
That means a lot to me, man.
It's Velcro, so you can stick it anywhere.
Awesome.
But it just as a thank you, man.
Thank you.
You've been so awesome to us and the
thanks.
show and everything. And
Well, I'm all
fans.
in, man. I'm all in. So
appreciate
whatever
it.
I can do to help you become, king of the world, I'm all for it.
No, it's awesome. And I said, hey, and if it's right, if I ever have a show, man, I want to work with you, man.
Just,
I want
I'll be
wanna be in there.
I'll be pool guy number 3. I've got the the leopard skin thong.
Yeah.
I've got one of those skimmers.
Yeah. And you're looking good, man. You're staying in shape. You're ready. You're fighting shape.
I got after I spoke with you, I got the J&J shot. Everybody was getting the shot. And a few weeks later, I came down with a rare autoimmune disease called polymyalgia rheumatica.
Jesus.
And I could not move. I couldn't move my shoulders. I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't. My hips, everything froze.
Holy shit.
So I was on prednisone they wanted me to be on prednisone for a year.
Wow.
But I got off after 6 months, so I'm just now starting to get back in the gym. My man boobs are fucking hanging low, so I'm trying to get back in shape.
Man. No,
Thanks,
not at all, dude.
Thanks.
Hey, this has been an absolute pleasure, dude.
My pleasure,
It's
man.
been so good seeing you.
Thanks, you guys.
And we look forward to many more years. Of
Absolutely,
stuff with you, man.
absolutely.
Awesome.
I've got new friends, and I appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll catch up. Maybe you'll have me in studio.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
That's something we can work out. But anyway, I wanted to say thank you again for coming on.
How'd you lose the finger?
This was, it's also with all this.
Okay, yeah.
So I was shot 5 times.
Yeah.
So once, twice was in the chest, third was in the gut, fourth that went through and took all that with it. Actually came out my back right there.
Yeah.
And then
You missed your plate, and you're a plate, and missed the
So I
plate.
had a plate on, and what happened was just inside the plate, so it stopped the bullet from going through, but it shattered all the ribs, collapsed the lung, and had major internal bleeding and all that. So I spent 2 years in the hospital. 2 years in the hospital. Walter Reed, Armageddon Center. Yep. I had 44 surgeries. I actually died twice. So
Yeah, can you tell me about that?
It's truthfully told. No out-of-body experience, no white light, no nothing. For me, the experience was I was there.
Yeah.
It's like somebody turned off the light and then turned the light back on, and I'm in a whole different place. It was like that for me. Because I was literally the first time I died, I was actually talking to somebody, and the heart stopped. And so we were talking, and then next thing I know, I'm on my back. And
Oh shit, he's dead. Okay,
yeah,
bring it back.
coding. It's like if you're watching a DVD, right? And then you sit on the remote control and you're in a different scene. That's what it's like. It was just instantaneous for me. Enough time for me to go like, hey, what happened? And then it was back. He's so big.
Welcome back.
I appreciate it. No, thank you.
Thanks for having me on, man. Blast.
Oh man, it was so good. Please tell your friends. We'd love to have more people, and let
I don't have any friends.
in this business.
I piss people off. Nobody loves me anymore.
Tell your enemies. Tell your
Be like, I dare you to go on his show,
I dare you. But no, man, it was really nice having you. I hope you have a great convention. We'll be around. You might see us talking. Maybe we can get like
I'm done at 6. Maybe we can get a beer in the bar. It's not too crowded.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, we're done here at 6. Maybe we'll see you then.
Absolutely. You're here tomorrow too, right? Maybe we can get like
Maybe quieter tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Tomorrow will be packed.
Yeah. And they're doing the karaoke tonight too.
Yeah, how about tomorrow? Because I'm not leaving until Monday morning. So.
Oh, nice.
And two, I'd love to maybe we could do like a quick quote. I have microphones and stuff. We could do like a 2-minute interview with you tomorrow when it's quiet. I want you to be in person. We love that.
See
Appreciate
you later.
Yes, thank you guys.
We're off.
Nice meeting you.
Yes.